Hello everyone, it's Holly. I'm back for another video. Today is going to be all about eyebrows. So if I look like I'm missing something kind of up in this area, I haven't applied my brow products yet because I kind of wanted to do it on video for you all to see what my eyebrow routine is. I have blonde eyebrows. So for the longest time, I lived in fear of doing anything at all with my brows because I didn't want to overdo them. It's kind of becoming a trend to overdo your brows nowadays. People call them Instagram brows, where people kind of overdo them just for the sake of taking pictures and posting them on social media like Instagram. And it kind of became a fad or a trend, and a lot of people started doing them in their everyday life. And that's not really my style. I like a more natural looking brow that kind of helps to emphasize some positive things about my eyebrows and kind of conceal the negative things. So I'm just going to kind of take you through my brow routine, let you know what my favorite brow products are. They're both extremely affordable, and that's a good thing. So I know there are a lot of high-end products at the drugstore that are high-end products available that are extremely high in price for the amount of product you get. And I don't really feel like those are necessary. Now, first things first, outside of having blonde eyebrows, I have zero, and I mean zero, natural arch to my brows. There's kind of like these little straight lines, like little caterpillars on my face. And so my brow waxer, she does a really great job of kind of creating an arch for me as best as she can. She kind of works with what's available. So there's not, excuse me, a ton that she can do, but she is fantastic. She does a great job. If you live in my area, ask me who does my brows because she is awesome at it. If she can make my straight little boxy brows look like they have any kind of arch, then she is good at her job. So with that being said, I'm just kind of going to get right into it. Because of these products, I don't live in fear of doing my brows anymore, and that is awesome because it's something I needed to start doing a long time ago. So let's just go ahead and kick it off and start talking about the products, and I'm going to apply them for you. I'm going to do both brows so you can kind of see. But the first, there's no rules in makeup, but the first kind of thing to remember is that eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So they don't have to be exact. Like this brow of mine tends to kind of like go up a little more. I think a lot of times, I think it's that one. Now I don't really know. Maybe it's this one. Anyway, one of my brows is more like expressive than the other. I believe it is this one. And so it will kind of go up when I'm talking and making different facial expressions and things like that. And so it's not going to look the same as the other brow. They both kind of have a personality of their own, but just getting them like close where you can tell they're related, but they're not identical. That's kind of the goal that you want to achieve. And my favorite brow product, and let me just say, before I found this, I was so close. I mean, this close to buying the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I know Anastasia Beverly Hills and Benefit both make really great brow products, but you're going to pay for them. I mean, definitely. The Brow Wiz, I think, runs around $26, and it is not a lot of product. It's this tiny little thin pencil that is not going to last you very long. And this product is more affordable, and it might not last you very long either, but at least you're not paying $26 every few weeks for a brow pencil. But one thing I love about this is it stays on all day. I don't really worry about it coming off. And it's not too dark as far as like too intense. When you're going to get those intense looks, you're talking about like using a brow gel. And I haven't mastered that art yet of using the brow gel without making it look too intense for me. But I know Makeup Shayla has awesome awesome eyebrows. Like, she's got my favorite eyebrows on the planet because they're done, but they still have a very natural appearance to them. So it's Makeup Shayla, Shayla. So if you want to go watch her tutorial on doing brows, it is a really good one. I just recently started watching her like within a week ago, and she has a lot of awesome information. When you first watch her, you're kind of like, because her voice is kind of monotone. And so if you're not really super interested in the information that she's putting out there, it might not like captivate you, but I'm interested in what she has to say, and I do enjoy her a lot. And her brows are just the bomb. So go check those out. But what I use is a brow pencil, and this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade of Ash Brown. There you go. It's dual-ended, so you have the pencil product here, and this one is a new one, so it's very flat at the top. Takes me a little bit to get it in kind of the angle that I want it. I used up all of the other one I had, so I had to go out and get a new one just to even be able to do this video. On the other end, it has a spoolie, and a spoolie is very nice for applying your brow products as well, like for combing them out. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I always start with this brow first. I don't know why, but I do. It's weird because I always do my eye makeup on this eye first, but whatever. So first things first, I'm going to take the spoolie end and I'm just going to run it through my eyebrows to kind of give me a nice canvas to work with. Just brush them out. I mean, they don't need to be perfect because we'll get them to be a little more together after we apply the pencil. Okay, so then I take the pencil. It's just this really thin pencil. It's $10 for this at Walgreens. I don't know how much it is at other stores. That's just where I always buy it. So the first thing that we want to do is, sorry, my light's messing up. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to create a line on the underside of the brow to kind of give us some emphasis on an arch and to just really show where the line in which the brow is going to go. So I'm going to try to look in the mirror and do this where you all can see me at the same time. This is going to be difficult on this eye. This is definitely going to be difficult. Okay. So I start in the front. You see, I'm just following the line along the bottom side of my brow. This is kind of going to just like serve as a guide for where we need to go with the rest of the product, or with the rest of the application. I'm not going in heavy-handed at all. You can't see what I'm doing, sorry. Okay. So now that we've got the underside done, you want to extend your brow out a little bit further than what it goes, but you don't want to go all down in here with it. A good guide is to do a diagonal line from the corner of your eye up. So I need to just extend this out a little tiny bit further. Like so. So now we have a diagonal line, and don't worry, we will shape that up as we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to, keep turning my light down, we're going to go up through with some of the product up through the hairs. I have fairly long hairs on my eyebrows, so I have to use a second product to get those hairs that are kind of coming out, which I'll get into in a minute. But what we're gonna do right now is just get us a good foundation going. So I'm going to, man, it's hard for me to see doing this eye. I should have done the other eye first. We're going to just kind of feather the product lightly up through the hairs. And see, I'm just feathering it through, staying within my brow. I'm not drawing anything additional at this point. Just kind of getting a good coating on these brow hairs to darken them up a little bit. Okay, so once you've done that, pardon my faces I make while doing this. Just trying to kind of get those tail hairs together. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to, I hate to say block off because you don't want your brows to look like blocks, but you're gonna kind of block off the top of the brow. And I always start about right here. So you don't wanna go all the way in. You wanna start about right here. And like so, kind of where the iris, no, I don't know what that, kind of where the colored part of your eye starts if you're looking straight ahead, okay? I'm not scientific, even though I did get an A+ in anatomy in high school. Okay, so we're gonna start about right here, and you just wanna kind of go to where you want your brow to be. So you can see I kind of have a dip here in mine, so I'm gonna overdraw it just a little bit. So you want to kind of make a straight line from point A to point B and then a straight line down to your tail. I'm just filling in some of those hairs that I missed. She's looking a little intense up here. Okay. Now, I'm going to very lightly just fill in this little divot, but you don't want to go all the way over to here on the top because then that's what's going to give you kind of that blocked off look. So I just kind of go across and fill in that area where I have the little divot. And again, we're using very fine, very, very fine strokes. And then I just take the pencil and go up through the hairs in the front again. But like I said, we're not blocking that off with a square, but if the hairs kind of naturally flow that way, that's okay. All right, so I feel like I've got all of the product of this product on that brow that I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and this one you'll probably be able to see a little better. Start at the point along the bottom. And just follow it along your arch and pull it out to where it's a diagonal from the corner of your eye. I'm just going to try to clean that up a little bit. Doing the same thing again. Okay, now we're going to go up through with our little pencil. Just putting a little color down on those hairs. Okay, and now we're gonna do our top line. So start about right there and draw kind of a more straight line. And then a more straight line going down. Sorry, this is kind of like a quiet and just watching video. I have to focus on this process. And then we're just going to, again, run the pencil up through the top hairs, or the hairs in the center. Okay, I think they're pretty much on. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to take the spoolie and we're going to run it through the brow hairs. So I just take it and I run it up at the front and kind of work it through until the hairs kind of naturally start pointing this way. And then I'll just kind of drag the spoolie through the end. So we start here and comb them up. Same thing on this side. Start here, combing them up. And then when the hair flow naturally starts to grow that way, then I just drag my spoolie kind of through it, the tip of my spoolie. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, especially because like I said, I have a little bit longer brow hairs. Mine aren't like, like I said, I didn't overpluck, so I still have a lot of my eyebrows left. And I'm gonna go in with the NYX mascara. This is a tinted brow mascara. And this one is in the shade Chocolate. So it's a teeny bit darker than that ash brown pencil that I use. And it's got a little tiny little wand, as you see, little spoolie. There's a hair on it. And then I just do the exact same thing that I just did with my spoolie with this one. But this has a gel on it that is tinted. And the reason that I use this is, one, it fills in kind of any of the areas I might have missed with the pencil. But number two, excuse me, it tames down those brow hairs. So I noticed before I started using this that and I was only using the pencil, that different angles I would turn, you could see kind of the blonde eyebrows sticking out that they were tinted with the pencil. They were tinted with the pencil, but they weren't like tamed down and kind of pushed down further. Another little trick that you can use for that is to use just a hair gel on a spoolie. Just kind of dip your spoolie into a little bit of the hair gel and run it through, and that will kind of tame them down too. But I like using this product because it tints it also. So it makes it look, it kind of fills in the gaps that I didn't get with the pencil. So again, I'm just brushing up through. You don't want to mash down too hard with this because it is tinted, so it will make spots on you. I got a little bit of that brow mascara splattered, and then I rubbed it, and I kind of got rid of my point. It was right here. Okay, so now the brows are done. Then you can go in with a highlighting product under your brow. I'm going to use a highlight shade from my Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to take it on a little brush that is about that big. And I'm just going to dab it into the product a little bit. I'm using a bone shimmer type of shade on it. And you just kind of want to put that highlight right where your brow bone is underneath of your arch. You don't want to go all the way across. You just kind of want to focus on the arch part of the brow bone. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And this can make your eyes appear more open. It puts some emphasis on the arch, which is nice. We all kind of want a little arch in our brow, and since I don't have any, I need all the help I can get to make it appear that way. All right, and that is it for the application of the natural looking brows. I am absolutely not the best at brows, but I feel like this kind of at least gives the appearance that I've done something with them, and gives them a little more color, which they absolutely need, and just puts a little life into them. So this is not like advanced brows tutorial or anything like that. This is just kind of basic natural looking brows. How to kind of work with what you've got, but fine tune them. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not the best at brows, but this is how this is kind of my daily brow routine. And if you want a natural looking brow, hopefully this will be helpful to you, and hopefully this helped you to see that you can achieve a brow look using drugstore products. You don't need the most high-end expensive thing in the world. All right, well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos if you like them. It helps me to know which content you're liking the best, and so I can continue to make those kind of videos. And it also just helps me know you're watching, and that makes me feel nice, like maybe someone is enjoying something about what I'm doing. So thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. God bless you, and I will see you next time.